Hi, Jamie Bates here, and today I want to talk about something that is, I think, a bit uncomfortable to really look at, but it's something that I think is so necessary for us to really, truly look at to truly heal our lives. So many of us have this deep sense of inner wrongness that we are always identifying with. We have been programmed in a way to internalize other people's information, other people's judgments, other people's form and structure, and this like inner resistance of the information that actually creates an inner sense of wrongness feeling all the time. Okay. And it's kind of one of these things that I talk about a lot, I feel like, but people don't really understand until they get so far away from it. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I never even realized how deeply I was just spinning in this feeling of being wrong about who I am, what I want to choose, what I want to create, what I want to be, what I want to have, what I want to choose. I mean, we just spin in this inner sense of wrongness. And, for me, I think for most of us, it comes from an inability to have choice when we were little. And again, I don't know that anybody's to blame for this. I just feel like this is how we were raised with this, this is how it was. This is what you had to choose from. This is what you got to be or do, right? And, we weren't really raised with this sense of energy of, choose what you want to choose, do what you want to do, be what you want to be. And so and because we are great internalizers of information, you guys. And personally, I think that's because as empaths, we are part of our mission here, part of what we do here is we receive information, we transmute it, and we release it out the other side. That's what our main energetic job is here, if you will, to some capacity. But what we have learned to do is internalize people's information, store it as right or wrong, good or bad, left or right, all of this identification, and we have internalized it as right and wrong, good and bad, and this is how life works, and this is the form and structure around it, blah, 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 blah. Well, what that is actually doing is it's putting you in a place where everywhere you're going, everything you're doing, everything you're choosing, everything that's going on around you, you're constantly having to receive this information, store it as good or bad or right or wrong or points of view, or you have to kind of like go through and try to figure out where all this information goes and what it all means to you. And that's exhausting. And it's overwhelming, and it's keeping you in this state of continuously being overwhelmed with information. It's continuously keeping you in this state of being exhausted all of the time, feeling wrong about who you are because you are always searching out information and categorizing it and looking at how other people are doing, choosing, and looking what other people are doing for their own life, and then using a scale of internal judgment to notify yourself if that's right or wrong or good or bad. But what it actually does is it ties you up. And I'm not sure if this makes a ton of sense to you, but energetically speaking, this is what I have found of all of my years of research, of working with people, and of looking at how we process information, how we store stuff, how we untangle the information, and really truly how it relates to how you're functioning right now in your reality. And what I have found is through the use of these conscious empath tools, the tools that I'm teaching here, the free tools that I give, the tools that I teach in my Being the Conscious Empath program, is that once you get enough information about how you function as an energetically sensitive person, and I give you enough keys to actually unlock those different boxes to which you are bringing information in and internalizing it, what actually happens is you stop with the internalization of information. You stop with the categorizing, like the instant, and it's instantaneous. It's not even like you're even really consciously aware of it. It's like all of these unconscious things that you are doing every single day, all day long, that are literally exhausting you. It's all about the separation of information is really truly what it is. And through the conscious empath tools, what I have found is we can use a set of tools and processes in a way that can unlock you from this vicious cycle of just over processing information over and over and over and over and over and over, to truly being able to look at information, to understand that the information doesn't actually have to have an effect on you in any way, shape, or form. That you can just look at the information without having to process the information. And truly what ends up happening is it sets your life free. Okay. And again, when I say that and you're not really even sure that you're really locked up, it's kind of one of those things where, again, where people don't, people come to me at the end of this and they go, oh my gosh, I had really literally no idea what was causing that inner sense of wrongness about me. I just knew that I always felt bad and wrong about who I was and about what I was doing and about what I was choosing. And there's so many different things that people experience. Some people always experience this fear-based feeling of I'm going to get in trouble. Some people always experience a combination of fear or I'm going to get in trouble or I'm just bad and wrong without even really having a validity of where that wrongness is coming from, right? And some people will say, oh, well, I had a really traumatic childhood or I was abused at childhood and that's where that comes from. And possibly, yes, I'm not going to, I know that we do have a lot of storage space around that, but I'm telling you that the over processing of the information is actually what's keeping you identifying with the abuse that you suffered with from as a child. And when you actually learn how to process through information, which is what the conscious empath tools do, it actually unlocks it enough where you can look at the stuff from your childhood and actually set that free as well. So you no longer have to carry the burden of what happened to you with you in your future.